So guys, I'll be answering this pertinent question I've been getting from thousands of people. I cannot come here and lie that I've been getting questions from thousands of people. Actually, a few of my subscribers have come to me with some questions regarding how I moved to Canada, what I did, and so on. So this video is actually to answer some of those questions. And just to say that I'm not a travel agent, I'm not an expert when it comes to immigrating to Canada. I'll just give you guys my own personal experience and also direct you to a website where you can read on your own and make some discoveries. So guys, thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you're new to this channel, you're welcome to Life with Courage. I'm a Cameroonian YouTuber based in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, and I put out content on lifestyle, on how I moved to Canada, on what I did, on motherhood, on business. So a lot of different things I come up with, I put them out there. And this video is just to address some questions which I've gotten from some of my subscribers. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back, and keep watching this video because you are definitely going to learn one or two things. Welcome back to this video, and my name is Courage once again. So let's just dive right into this video. So I'll be talking about the things that you need to know and you need to have before you even start your application to come to Canada. So it's based on my experience. Like I said, my husband followed up the procedure for us, so he didn't make use of any agent to come here. So he did everything on his own, though it took a longer time. But I think it's because we started our application and then COVID hit, and so offices were closed, things were not moving forward, so we had to wait for years. Yes guys, years. But I don't think it's the case again now. So I'll just tell you guys the things that we needed to put together in order to start the application. This is for people that haven't yet started. So the first thing I'll talk about is money. You need to have financial backing. If you don't have the money, I don't know, you can't even do this thing without money, because you need money for medicals, you need money to pay application fee, you need money for research, you need money to show proof of funds, you need money to pay for biometrics, you need money for a lot of things. In fact, everything that you do, you need money. Credentials assessment, everything. So you need to make sure that you have gathered the money that is required in order to start the application without any hurdles when it comes to finances. So if it means maybe asking one or two people to help you fund your bank account, and I don't know, just make sure you gather enough money before you start the application, so that you are not stuck midway and you lose everything that you had invested in the application from the start. So first things first, gather enough money before you start the application. Second thing I'll talk about, I'm actually looking for my jotter, guys, because this information, like I said, I'm not an expert, but I try to get a few points in order to help you guys. So the second thing I'll talk about is to know the immigration route you'll be taking. Are you coming as a student? Are you coming on a visitor's visa? Are you coming as a permanent resident? You need to find out all of this. What exactly are you going for? And what is required from you with that particular route? So if you are coming with a student visa, or if you are coming to study, you need a student visa, obviously. If you're coming as a visitor, in the visitor's visa, obviously. And if you're coming as permanent resident, obviously you need to apply for express entry and so on. And you can also come with work permit. Yeah, if you get a job from your country or from Cameroon or from wherever, you can come here on a work permit. And yeah, so there are different ways you can come to Canada. It's just to make sure you do your research and know what is required of you based on the immigration route you want to take. So the third thing I'll talk about is to put in order all the required documents. So before you even start, you will have gone through the websites, and I'm saying websites because there are different places or different areas you find different informations, and also gathered all the documents that are required of you for the application process. It could be school certificates, work documents, medical documents, any driver's license if you drive already, which you should, or you should at least have a driver's license even if you don't have a car, and so on. So make sure you gather all those documents before you start your application. There are some of these documents you can get when you have already started your application, and we'll talk about that. So the next thing I'd like to talk about is credentials assessment. This is a situation where an organization, an international organization, assesses your credentials or your academic certificates or diplomas or whatever you have, and gives you the equivalence with the Canadian education. So you will be able to identify the level your certificate stands with the Canadian certificate. Okay, so you need to do this if you plan to come and go to school in Canada, if you plan to join any associations in Canada, because it is usually required or mostly required. Because if they don't ask for your credentials assessment, they'll ask you for official transcripts if you want to go to school from your schools where you attended, and you have that's a whole process because you have to contact your school or get somebody to go to your schools. If you're already in Canada, you have to get somebody to go to your school and help you do the process, and they'll send the official transcript to the school you intend to attend in Canada. So the next thing I'll talk about is to learn different skills. I know you've seen a lot of videos on YouTube talking about the different skills you should learn before you travel abroad or before you come to Canada or to the US or wherever. And it is very important. That's why people keep making those videos. The first skill I'll talk about is driving. It's very good to learn how to drive before you come to Canada. I'm talking from personal experience. I had never driven a car before coming to Canada, and I still don't drive. But I regret not actually learning how to drive and getting my driver's license before moving here, because now I have a learner's driver's license, but I have to wait for a whole year. So during that year, I will be practicing and practicing before I can get a full class 5 driver's license, which will permit me to drive alone on the road. Because at the moment, even if I learn how to drive before a year elapses, I will not be able to drive alone in the car. I'll always need somebody who has a full class 5 driver's license in the car with me. So it is very, very limiting when you come here without driver's license. So it's good to learn how to drive and get your driver's license before coming to Canada. Next thing I'd like to talk about is learning how to do hair. Just the basics, guys. You don't need to be an expert, because it will help you if you have female kids or if you're a lady, because it is expensive to do hair here. So when you get here, you will not start spending $70, $80, $90 only to do simple braids or cornrows. Braids, to even see braids for $70, that means the person actually likes you, because you just see the most basic hairstyles for that $70. So learn how to do the basic things on your hair, like the cornrows, the braids. Learn how to take care of your wigs if you come with wigs. Also learn how to relax your hair, how to condition it. Just learn how to take care of your hair so that you avoid spending a lot of money. I've been here for almost a year and I've never done my hair elsewhere. I always do my hair at home, be it cornrows, be it braids, be it taking care of my wigs. I do my hair at home, guys. So that is a very important skill. Also, you need to learn how to patch your clothes. I'll say patch because I don't want to say sew. Some people think that you need a sewing machine. Yes, it's still sewing. You need to learn how to use thread and needle. So when coming here, make sure you have thread and needle in your bag, so that if you have any issues with your clothes, you don't need to be too bothered, because you have your thread and needle. Like me, I always use my thread and needle to sew anything that is torn. I don't need to go to the tailor. I don't need to look for a sewing machine. No. So you need to learn, because some people don't know how to use thread and needle. That's a fact. So it's good to learn it. So the next thing I'll talk about is for you to try as much as possible to stay in contact with one of your lecturers, and also in good terms with your employer or your colleagues. It is very important, because if you plan on going back to school and they ask for reference letters or recommendation letters from a lecturer, your former lecturer, and your former employer or colleague, and maybe you have no contact of one of them, you start having to crack your head, okay, how will I get it? Who do I talk to? And so on. If you can, please stay in contact with one of your lecturers, and once in a while just check up on them, and also be in good terms with your employer or your supervisor or your colleagues, just to avoid unnecessary stress when it comes to getting recommendation letters. So yeah, that's a very important thing, because I am a victim. So don't fall a victim as well. So the last thing I'll talk about is patience and prayer. You have to be patient when you want to start this Canadian application process. You have to be patient, and you have to pray and surrender everything to God, because it may be easy for your neighbor, your brother, your sister, or someone you know, but when it comes to your turn, you're wondering why it's taking so long. So guys, you have to be patient, and you have to trust in God, and make sure that everything have been done correctly, at least, so that you know that you have nothing to worry about. You just have to pray and then wait on the Lord. Yeah, guys, so I hope I've been able to answer a few of your questions with regards to the things you need to do before you start your application to come to Canada. And thank you so much for watching this video to this point. Please, if you haven't yet subscribed to this channel, please do so. You'll see the subscribe button down there, so please touch that subscribe button and join the family. Also, please give this video a thumbs up, and please leave a comment down below of some of the things you think can also be done before you start the application to come to Canada. And in the description box, I'm going to leave some website links which you can go to and do some more research, some more reading for yourself, and I assure you you're going to learn a lot. Thank you so much, and see you guys in the next video. Bye.